So, boom! Good morning, ladies and gents. I've got the truth with you, Mr. Marvellous Marv.
The truth is here.
The truth is here, guys.
The truth is here.
The truth.
The real deal. The real deal is here. You get me? We could win the title today. You know what I'm saying?
How?
So I'm letting everybody know.
How?
If you lot lose to
yeah.
Ipswich and Liverpool beat Leicester today, then we're crowned champions. So the truth is out. For the first time on the podcast, the truth is actually really here.
What is that? What could happen today if Arsenal lose today and you
if
win?
Arsenal lose and Liverpool win, we could win the title today. So that's what I'm saying. When you get my comments in the group early when I said I'm nervous, I've got a shower. You get me? I was gonna put on a Lacca. I was gonna put on a shirt and maybe a tie on today, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah? I've got a red tie. You get me? White shirt.
So when you win the league, you need to come on here with a tie.
Listen, it could have. But I wasn't totally confident it's gonna happen today. I wasn't totally confident that it was gonna happen today. So that's the only reason, honestly, and that's the only reason I ain't got a white shirt and a red tie on. With the top button not done up though.
What happens if you lose today?
If we lose today, and what? And there's many different scenarios, and then it's still the 6 points. The 6 points remains, just with lesser games. Do you know what I'm saying? But we could actually seal the title today. Where's that? You're playing Ipswich, yeah? Let me just check. At home.
Yeah. No, we're away. I think we're away, ain't we?
Let's have a look, man.
Arsenal away. No, we're away.
To Ipswich Town, yeah?
Yeah. But you're away to Leicester.
Leicester. Yeah, it could be sealed today.
Yeah, but for me, if you lose to Leicester today, you draw with Spurs, lose to Chelsea, lose to Arsenal, lose to Brighton, it's game on.
That's a real big ask. It's game on. After all that, it's just game on. That means it's a one-horse title. That's what you're saying. Effectively, you're saying the title's been a one-horse race.
But that's
what you're saying. Effectively, anything can happen in football. Anything can happen. But effectively, what you're saying there, by making that statement there, and I will be recording that bit later. I'm gonna go back and cut that bit out. You're effectively saying it's a one-horse race. If we lose,
I'm
today,
saying if you lose to Leicester today, which is possible, then you could. Okay, it'll be a draw against Spurs.
Man's even putting a draw in there.
Man's draw against Spurs.
He's not putting if you lose to this, lose to that, lose to that.
Man's then you're going to lose to Chelsea. Then you're going to lose to Chelsea. Then you're going to lose to Arsenal.
That is a lot of points lost.
But that can happen.
It can happen. It can happen. But also, what can happen is,
and then to top it off, after losing to Arsenal at home, you got Brighton away.
Yeah, it can happen. It's not, if that's anything can happen in football. Anything can happen. Ask any of the greats or great managers. But that's why I didn't put my white shirt and red tie on today, because I thought, you get me? No, don't jump the gun here. Don't jump the gun here. You get me? You know what I mean?
So you didn't put on your white shirt and your red tie because you think somewhere in your heart and your brain still says we could lose this still.
No. I didn't put it on today because I reckon Arsenal will beat Ipswich today. Arsenal will beat Ipswich. They should be able to beat you.
We beat Ipswich today and you beat Leicester today. Then what? You need 3 more points.
Just 3 more points to seal the title, and that will be Spurs at Anfield.
Listen. You draw with Spurs at Anfield, so you need 2 more points to win the league. Yeah.
Yeah. How many games are left? There's 6 games left, isn't there?
So listen. You need 3 points. You're telling me. You lose to Leicester. You draw with Spurs. Then you lose to Chelsea because Chelsea's away.
Yeah, and you lot win all your remaining games. Let's just
we win the league. We win the league.
It's a possibility. I'm not denying that. Listen,
but that can't. Shall I tell you your last fixtures? West Ham 2-1, very jittery. You scored in the last minute to get a win. You lose to Fulham. You lose to Fulham 2-1, 3-2 even.
Yeah, but the thing what I loved about that
Everton, Marv.
Yeah, but the thing what I loved about that performance was that, Van Dijk and Robertson shouting at Van Dijk and error, on goal, whatever, yeah. But Van Dijk just said to himself, and if you've been watching the media, I'm just repeating what the media, Van Dijk's just decided to take things into his own hands. I think it was a. I think when I look back on that moment there with that header, it was a. I can remember a few seasons ago when Liverpool were chasing down Man City for the title and they were drawing at Chelsea, and then Vincent Kompany took it into his own hands and scored an absolute belter. Fantastic. From about 30. Do you remember that? Yeah, and Van Dijk's wasn't great like that, but it was of similar. It was of a similar kind of stance. You get me? A bit like when, and that's what I love about players like Van Dijk. A few seasons ago, do you remember when it was Alisson who popped up with a header?
What, your goalkeeper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He popped up with a header. I think we won the title. Did we win the title that season?
I don't know if you won the title that year. Was it that year?
But we won something. He popped up with a header, bro.
Yeah. That's his green top, innit?
Yeah, and that's what I like. When Van Dijk popped up, Van Dijk knew he was at fault. You know what I mean? Because he's so good.
What was Van Dijk and Robertson arguing?
No, there wasn't arguing, but the moment the goal went in, there was a slow-mo of Robertson. And I think he was shouting out frustration at just himself and all of that. It's just we've had a few of those goals this season. These mix-up in defence where it should have just whack it clear. Initial mistake by Van Dijk, and then Robertson, a little mix-up, and then it's an own goal. And Robertson shouting, and Van Dijk goes, all right. You know what I'm saying? And from there, this is what I like about this Liverpool team. We're not the best. But from there, Liverpool just upped the gears. We just went through the levels.
Actually, the best team in the league. The best team is Arsenal and Man City. Well, it's actually Arsenal.
Well, the best team in the league is a team that wins the league.
But you're going to win the league. You're going to win the league this season because Arsenal.
Yeah, so we are the best team.
That's why I tell you, Arteta's got blood on his hands, but you don't listen.
No, we shouldn't. I posted it a few days ago in the WhatsApp group because it's kind of gone quiet. So I'm just trying to keep it alive, isn't it? With little bits and pieces, you get me?
Did you know it's only me and you? It's only me and you that talks in the WhatsApp group.
It's only me and you. The rest is just banter. When they come in, they're just laughing at others. Or if we go a goal down, if any of our teams go a goal down, we're just laughing or silly stuff, innit? Pictures and stupid.
But it's all correlated in the fact that both of the other two, their teams are now 13th and 14th, whatever it may be.
Yeah, of course. Tom would be sitting here right now. Tom will find time. If Manchester United were in the top 4, with that outside chance, not even to win the title.
Or if they're in a final, or if they're in a final, you see him on here.
Yeah, 4 points behind Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even playing an extra game than Liverpool. Say Man United were on 33, Liverpool on 42, but they're 4 points. Tom would be here.
And you know what makes it worse? That makes it worse. I see Tom on IG posting every day. Every day.
You know, it just says, I can remember. Do you remember that season when Liverpool were champions and we were just not at the races? That team had just run its course. You remember that season? Hendo, Fabinho, we lost Ronaldo, Genie left. Yeah, Genie left. And Liverpool just couldn't get going. You know, the team had had done its time and they were on there. I was here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I was here. I was here getting ridiculed, arguing, losing my rag. Getting my predictions wrong, we will bounce back earlier on. I was here, and then it didn't exactly fall apart. We still injuries. I was here, fighting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I don't want it to just. I don't want it to be a show having a go at Man United and Tom, but Tom wasn't here. Tom isn't here, and he wasn't here much last season until they won the FA Cup. Started to stick his head above the parapet. You get me? Started just slightly, you get me? And that started to make comments like, you know, if we win the FA Cup, we've had a better season. All that kind of stuff. Do you remember when he took a remember when he took a gamble and said, Man United will win the FA Cup?
Yeah.
He wasn't sure. He wasn't sure. I wasn't feeling that. I didn't feel that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel that. That was just a punt, innit?
Fact.
That's just a punt. It's like playing casino. It's like playing casino on TV. You know them gambling games? Yeah. Like playing casino late at night on TV. You get me? He took a punt, bro, and he got it. He got it right. Remember, we had to like go, okay. You took your punt and you come up good.
Imagine playing casino late night TV, wearing the sunglasses indoors.
You get me? You know what I mean? Stop. You know them adverts like stop. You get me? Stop. You know what I mean? What does it say? Yeah, he took a punt, but he was there because he knew there's that child. He'll be there, trust me.
Listen, yesterday, I had to message him privately because he posted something on the IG. I said, "Are you not embarrassed?" It was Man United. He said, "I'm still buzzing off Maguire." I said, "You're not embarrassed?" He said,
I think that's I mean, it's sad that you've reached because you know what?
Had to reach out privately, bro.
Privately. You know, one of them private texts, not in the group because he wouldn't have responded, but privately, you might get something. You know what I mean? But that's nothing to be, that's nothing to be proud of, is it? 4-4.
But this is Manchester United we're talking about. Listen,
it's great for
and that's
the
the thing. They forget that they was winning. But listen, they were down to 10 men, Leon. Man United were gassing at the start. Winning when they winning the tie, or was it 2-2? That was 2-2, was it on the tie?
There was 2-2. They were winning that.
And then they were 2-0 up. They were 2-0 up in the game, innit? They were 2-0 up.
2-0 up and coasting. I turned over to Tottenham because it looked like a better game going on there.
I was in bed. I got in bed after to say, it's done. It's over.
Yeah, it's
when Leon started doing bits, I said to Kate, I gotta get out of bed. I was in my boxers, Marv. I had to get out of bed, get ready to do the show. I had a Man United fan on the phone to me saying, I said, bro, why are you calling me now for? I said, you're losing. He wants to talk to me about Saka and about Timber and Skelly, how much he loves them. This is a Man United fan. He wants to talk to me about that. Man United scored to make it 4-3. I said, it's 4-3. He says, I don't care. It's over. 4-4. 4-4. I said, bro, you better put this TV on. He's like, it's over though. He said, don't worry, it's got penalties. We're going to lose still. When they scored the goal, he put the phone down. Celebrating.
That's what I'm saying.
Sliding in his house on his knees.
This is Man United. This is Man United having to throw Kobe Manu and
Harry
Maguire up front to win games.
Did you hear what Moncler said after the game?
What did he say?
And why he likes to put Harry Maguire up front?
Why?
Because he just knows how to play that position.
It's almost sad. You want to see, and the thing is, they could get a trophy. And
make Champions League.
I don't want them to make Champions League. Based on their season in the Premiership, I don't want them to win. And it's not that I don't like United. I just don't want them to win the Europa League and make Champions League. It's like a shortcut. It's like a cheat.
It's a cheat.
But we've had to do it consistently.
Spurs do it though, Marv? What happens if Spurs do it though?
You know what? I'm actually lost for words. How these two teams have the opportunity to join us in the Champions League next
to get away with murder,
to get
away with absolute murder, and it is unfair. And
for the first time, though,
and they get to play the Super Cup.
But then, how come? I'm going to put this question to you. But then, how come? In previous years of the Europa League champions winning the Europa League, obviously, and coming in the Champions League, I haven't had a problem with it. When Sevilla have done it, I've never had a problem with it. I think the reason why I have a real problem with it is because
league positioning is too bad.
And also the fact that they've changed the format, and obviously the fallout from that is that the old Champions League teams no longer get to compete. At least knock out a couple of them.
Yeah,
because they never the Champions League teams that fall out of the Europa League never really go on and win it.
But they make it more exciting, some of them, because they're stronger teams.
But they never really go on and win it. You know what I'm saying? But at least I'd like to see United and Spurs play some of them.
They've got Bodo Glimt in the semi-final.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. There's no way, if it was on the other format with the Champions League teams dropping out, even though the Champions League teams will never go on and win it, there's no way Tottenham and Manchester United will be in those positions.
Man City and Real Madrid would have been in the competition if it was the old format, the way things happen this season. Those two teams alone would have watched Man United or Spurs.
But the fact I'm trying to say is those teams probably wouldn't win it. But neither would Man United or Tottenham. This is like a loophole, bro. This season, the Europa League's like a loophole. Bodo Glimt. To be fair, Bodo Glimt do play Champions League football.
They have
consistently. Yeah. You know what I mean? If my memory serves me correct, or they're always in Europe of some sort. And who's the other team?
It's Atletico Bilbao.
I mean, it could be a Man United Tottenham fight. There's a real possibility, and it'll be great for the Europa League. It'd be great for Europa League. It'd probably be great to watch for fans up and down the country. However, do these two teams look at their league positions, as you said before? I mean, it kind of devalues the trophy, doesn't it?
It does. Because when you're 14, I think they're 14 and 15.
Yeah.
Oh, what is Ken Dog? What Ken Dog wants to come in? No way. Hold on. Yes, we are.
I don't know if I want him in there. But if he's coming, I'm just not going to converse with him. I'm going to let him talk, but I ain't going to converse with him. You know what I'm saying? But he must be watching.
No, he can't because this one ain't live. I didn't go live.
Huh? Oh, okay. But what do you mean he wants to come in then?
Because you got.
Yeah, you didn't go live.
He can hit the link.
Huh?
Come on, Ken Dog. Let's see.
Come on, dog. Come on.
Let's see. Let's see.
On, man.
Come on, lad. Let's see. I can't see him coming in. No, wait.
Where's Lee? Oh, Lee can't.
Lee's having wrestling parties.
Oh, he's having his wrestling
shagathons.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking,
my man left his missus for 2 weeks to go and do wrestling with other men.
I mean, the great thing about it is there's some kind of wrestling festival where you're going to see wrestlers dressed up. Isn't it wrestling where like the Star Wars festival? You know them things, sci-fi festival. Like,
this is that basically. That 2 weeks of pure wrestling for Lee.
Like that movie. What's that movie where two English actors? They're quite funny. They've done a series of movies.
Kevin and Perry.
Not Kevin and Perry. No, after that. What's their names? And they've done that alien movie, and they met that alien. You know what movie I'm talking about? They hired a camper van.
Hot Fuzz thing.
The Hot Fuzz guys.
Sean, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, and they met that alien and doing that thing, and they hired a camper van.
What's the name of that movie? Not Sean Penn.
No, the name of the movie with the alien.
Yeah, I know. I'm not Attack of the Block. Hot Fuzz.
No, not Hot Fuzz.
Let me see. Hot Fuzz. Sorry, Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz
movie. What's the actors' names? Here we go. Simon Pegg, bruv.
Simon Pegg.
That was
Paul. It's called Paul. That's it.
That's it, Paul.
Paul, 2011. When they went to Area 51. You get me?
Wait, you say that's clear and orange right now.
I'm saying that they got a camper van. I'm saying
Orange Sister's gone.
Bloody hell, man. Or it's like that other wrestling movie where there's real wrestlers in it and then kids from England. And them young people from England go to, and I don't know. I've never watched it, but you know what movie I'm talking about. I don't want to start running them because each to their own and that. Hello.
Say hello.
Hello. Hello. What? What's the matter? Yeah, that's it. Smile. That's it. Hello.
You got
a coochie. I got to kind of remain cool while I'm saying it. A coochie.
No way, he's got a gap tooth like you as well.
Gonna be a lucky guy.
You know, I used to have gap tooth.
Yeah. He's gonna be a lucky guy then. That's lovely, man.
They both got it.
Is
it?
Got
gap tooth as well, girl. Got it. Don't eat that. Take that out of your mouth.
Come, don't shout at the kids, please.
No, I was at a dinner table the other day. You know what she said?
Yeah. What? No way. Well, that's you, innit? You know what I mean? That's.
Wait, Mum.
What did Mum say? Hey, Ken Dog's here. Jesus Christ. Ken Dog's here.
I can see the ghost.
Oh my God! No, I ain't seen this guy for. You looking a bit? Are you getting fat round the chops, Ken Dog? You
that's nice.
No, how you doing, bro? Hey, no haircut, bro. No haircut. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, good man. You?
I ain't seen you for ages. It's good to see you. Yeah, let's get. You know what? I'm all right. Go on.
Hey, Marv, you was right though. Look, any sniff of any sort of victory, you see Ken Dog's head above water. Now look,
cracking game.
Like
go on.
It's not like
go
that.
on.
God, it's your turn, Ken
It's
Dog.
been a long time.
I just come to say hello, boys. It's been a good year, isn't it?
It has been. Just imagine, Tom. We were saying, I don't know if he was watching, you could make another final.
We could.
I mean, you could win another trophy, bro.
I know. And then he's laughing. Look at that face.
Hey, Marv, he did exactly the same thing last year around this time.
Yeah, he's going to do that casino, late night casino.
Late night casino gamble. Go on, Tom.
Tom,
give us your predictions like you did last season. Go on.
Wow. I think we're going to win the cup, boys. We're going to win the cup.
Kendall, does that mean you've had a better season than Arsenal?
If we win some silverware, I'm going to be good. Unlike him.
It can't happen 2 years.
Unlike him, Chris.
Hey, I'm all right.
Mark,
I'm good.
Can you say that now? Can you say the same thing? If we win the Europa League and Arsenal don't win a trophy, who's had a better year?
I don't know this year, Tom. If I'm being honest.
You're so inconsistent.
I don't know. No, Tom. I'm not having 14th. I'm not having 14th, bro. I'm not having that. I'm not having.
Kendall, that's a bit mad. That's a bit mad, Kendall.
I'm not having it this
year. You got to stick by your guns. If you say trophies mean everything, you got to stick by that.
He's got a point. That's the thing about it. I don't know if I'm going to be happy if Tottenham or Man U win a trophy. I don't know if I can honestly. Because your league position, man, it's really
14th and 15th.
You two have been woeful.
Lost 31 games between them.
Yeah, horrendous. But we're in a semi-final, boys.
Kendall, if Amorim wins the cup, does he get? Has he got credit in the bank?
Oh, he's got. He has to. Absolutely needs time. He's the man. I am going to back him. I believe he's the man.
Hey, I love when he was coaching on the floor, Tom. Did you see that bit in extra time where he was on the floor and he was coaching the players?
That's the kind of man, mate. He's the right man, though. You got to admit, he's got the right characteristics, isn't he?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Do you think he's the right man?
Yeah, I think he's the right man. He's got.
But you know, before Ten Hag got sacked, you know that you was 4 points off top 4.
Yeah, but when a new manager comes into that mess, he's going to need a year or two to straighten it out. Chris, it was a mess. You were ridiculing us for a long time.
But Amorim, is he really the man, Tom?
I think he's the man.
I think he's got to get 5 years. He's got to give him 5 years.
No. 5. Shut up.
You have to, bruv. You have to. Listen, everything, Tom, hinges, yeah. If you don't win the Europa League and get yourself back in the Champions League, money ain't there.
Football's fine margins, Marv. You thought going into this season, because you very rarely backed your team, that you were going to do nothing. You thought, we're going to do nothing. We need a bit of time. It's a transition. What's happened? Fine margins, football, innit? City have had a bad year. Arsenal are not where they thought they'd be. You guys, all of a sudden, you're going to win the league title. Fine margins, man. It'll take 5 years to change everything.
No, but we got to remember, and you guys, well, particularly Chris has said, is it Klopp's team or is it Slot's team? You know, the foundations were laid and Slot just
it must be Klopp's team because you tell me that Arteta won the cup with Unai's team, so this must be, you got to be consistent.
Yeah, but
Klopp couldn't win the league in a normal year, though, could he? He couldn't win the league. So Slot's done something Klopp couldn't do. That's impressive.
You can't say it in a normal year. I don't care.
It is mad that in 1 year, Slot's won the same amount of leagues as Klopp, innit? Isn't that mad? In 1 year.
Yeah, but Klopp, but you have to say Klopp he laid the fact, and Slot has just come in. You know, Klopp has, in building this current team, how can I pull it? Analogy. Like, Klopp has plastered the wall, and you know when the other plasterer smooths that shit out, he smoothed it out, and that's led to titles.
He ain't changed.
That's led to a better. So when the person comes to buy the house and they say that plasterer has done a great job, I'm buying that. You get me? That's what Slot has done. He's smoothed the walls out to perfection. You know when you got a good plaster?
Yeah.
That is Slot.
Plaster's done a great job.
Now the challenge for Slot now.
I've never looked at a house and gone, that plastering is spick and span.
The challenge for Slot.
I'll tell you what though, I bet it was the first plasterer who did all the hard work.
There you go. That's exactly it. Now the challenge, and that's what I'm saying.
The groundwork.
Yeah, I like the groundwork.
It's true. But the challenge for Slot now is how he breaks up and builds his own team, because that team, like you said, is that team, that Liverpool squad or team. Is that? I mean, in a couple of years, Salah and Van Dijk will be done. They'll be done.
They're done already. I feel next season they're going to show their age.
Maybe so. And that's what I'm saying. It's now Slot's job to put everything in place to challenge for titles season in, season out. Because you got to remember, Liverpool win trophies season in, season out. We're always in and around that.
Well, you don't always win trophies, because if I go back to your last 10 years, that graphic that you put up, there wasn't trophies in every single slot.
But the last 7 years, there was one season we went trophyless.
No, I've never heard anyone like minimize like, last 7 years, last 3 years.
You put up what you've won.
He's got these weird numbers.
All right, you put up what you've won in the last 8 years.
See again, another weird number. 8 years, Ken Dog. Do you know what I mean? So it
Ken,
suit him. Like,
what's this? What you lot have won in the last 8 years?
It
tallies up to more than Arsenal's.
What is this stuff? I'm not sitting here boasting. Yeah. I'm not sitting here boasting saying that Arsenal won every year. You are.
I'm sitting there boasting.
But if I look at your graphic, if I look at that graphic that you sent about 7 times in the group, and this was under Jurgen Klopp.
I'm just keeping the group alive.
This is under Jurgen Klopp. There wasn't a trophy in every slot.
I'm just trying to keep the group alive,
Chris,
isn't it?
That's not like this. How are you feeling, Chris? I want to know how you're feeling
about Arsenal. I'm over the moon that we're in the semi-finals of the Champions League. This could save Arteta's season.
Oh, well, that's my question. So does it, if he doesn't win the Champions League?
Oh, listen, Ken Dog, if he doesn't win the fucking Champions League, listen, he needs to stop the noise of Arteta out. See them Artetarists, all them Artetarists out there that eat his ass, they got to realise he needs to win the Champions League to keep that noise down, because next season, not even next season, from the start of us getting knocked out of the Champions League, if we don't win it, I'm screaming, it's time for him to go.
But you know
he won't go. So I know they're gonna give him they're gonna give him next season, but next season, every game, you see how Ten Hag was on the clock? Arteta will be on the clock. And that's where we go back to fine fucking margins, Ken Dog. It's where it's fine margins.
Sure,
that's funny, don't it? Because you think about it, right? That's 3 games of football, isn't it? 3 games of football.
No, it's not. Is it 3 games? Yeah, 3 games. It is 3 games. Go on.
3 games of football decide his fate. So if he wins those 3 games, you're going to give him grace for years, probably.
Yeah.
If he doesn't win those 3 games, you're going to want him out. So doesn't that go to show how important trophies is in the game?
Well, no, because if we go back to the trophy situation now, because Ten Hag won 2 trophies and got sacked.
I know, but
why?
Lasted a lot longer than he would have because of that.
Because the league is your bread and butter.
Definitely.
But also because
it's your bread and butter, Ken Dog. Why Man United so famous? Why Man United so famous? Because you won 13 Premier League titles, Ken Dog.
The problem,
it's true.
I think I know
he survived for longer than he should have because of those trophies. They kept him in a job. Yeah, he would have been gone if he didn't win that FA Cup. It
would have been gone. But Arteta's won the FA Cup. Arteta's won the FA Cup, and now he's run out of
You're going back a few years now, don't you? When was that?
And so was Fergie. It took Fergie 6 years to win a trophy. 7.
Yeah, but you're saying he's gone though. If he doesn't win a trophy this year,
for me, it's ticking time bomb. If he doesn't win a trophy, it's ticking time bomb. If we won the Coca-Cola Cup this season or the FA Cup, it was still a ticking time bomb, because that's not enough for where we are now at this point. It needs to be a big trophy.
And if he does win a Champions League, you give him how much? What does that get him?
He's got 3 years credit.
3 years credit.
3 years credit. You know how I put it out? That's how I put it. I said he's got an overdraft, interest-free for life. That's what he's really
like
got.
A gunslinger, bro. 3 years credit just straight
That's what
away.
it is. 3 years credit. Hey, Marv, the Champions League is no joke. That's never been done in our history. That's why he gets an overdraft of
I kind of get that. Yeah,
it's got to be.
Say that again, Chris. Never been done in your history.
Never been done. Crazy.
That's mad.
We're the biggest team to never win it. We're the biggest team to never win it, Ken Dog. You know what I mean? Yeah, we've actually played the most. We're the team that's played the most games to never win the Champions League. That's crazy.
You are the biggest team not to win it. I'm looking at it.
Come close either. You've only been in 1 final.
Yeah, 1 final, 3 semi-finals. In our history, 3 semi-finals in our history.
Wow, it's not good enough. European Cup as well, like old school stuff.
Yeah. I'm including the old school one.
Yeah, that'll be if he wins it. Then this is like Spurs winning the Champions League.
What? No, because like I said, Ken Dog, we're the biggest team. It's like, you know what? Shall I tell you what it's like? Shall I tell you what I liken it to? Like Liverpool in the Premier League.
Yeah.
See when Liverpool won the Premier League for the first time? It's exactly like that, because they never won it, Ken Dog. Like Leicester
Leicester
had won it before them. Blackburn Rovers had won it before them. And this is the biggest. This is meant to be the biggest club in English football at the time.
Yeah, but the thing
just overtaking them. They never won it. And then the first one they win, Ken Dog, no one can even witness it, and the whole world is sick.
We don't even know what happened. That could have been AI, for all we know.
Listen, they were on drugs. Probably. I said they were on drugs. Everyone had asthma pumps. Apparently, 12 man out of 13 had asthma, and they were killing them. Who knows what's in them asthma pumps? Dog.
All I'm saying is, like.
But that's exactly what it's like, isn't it? It's like Arsenal winning like Liverpool winning the Premier League, Holland winning the World Cup. You know what I mean? These big teams, these big national teams, have never done but they're recognised as greats. And that's Arsenal, Ken Dog. We just got that kind of juice.
Great.
I don't know how he swung out of that. I don't know how he swung out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he done well.
Ended up knocking Liverpool. I don't know how he got out.
Because I gave the right answers.
Arsenal were in the Champions League semi-finals. Liverpool are going to win the league. You two have got a lot to fill.
So what? We're going to win the Champions League. They're going to win the league. You're going to win the Europa League. So we're going to be in the Super Cup final together, Ken Dog.
Oh, wow, yeah. That's the biggest game there is.
So what about
that would be amazing. Arsenal. Listen, it could be Arsenal, Man United, or Arsenal, Tottenham in the Super Cup final. Do you know how mad that is?
Man United, Tottenham in the Europa League final. That could be.
What's going to happen?
You got to do a watch along, Ken Dog.
Yeah,
one of them's going to mess up. One of them's going to spoil it, innit?
Spurs.
If Arsenal win the Champions League, the nicest thing about that, because I'm backing you, I'm supporting you, is that Marv will have a little bit quieter in that corner.
No, I'm supporting Arsenal.
Ken Dog, shall I tell you something? You know what Marv said at the start of the season about the Champions League is bigger than winning the league.
Did you say that, Marv?
I didn't say that.
It started in the WhatsApp group. I'll find it.
What he's trying to do, Ken Dog, he's trying to cover his own tracks. A competition. He said.
No,
what he's always insisted to me
that the biggest for me.
That the Champions League is always easier to win. He's always said that.
It is.
Yet Arsenal haven't done that.
But Kendall, he needs to have some context behind that. I'm talking about from a certain period in time where the English clubs become dominant in terms of money, because you can't have Roberto Di Matteo winning Champions Leagues and saying, this is the pinnacle. Like, come on, man. Roberto Di Matteo has more Champions Leagues than Arsene Wenger. Come on. Spurs
doesn't matter. You can make that's an unfair comparison.
You got Leicester, you had Blackburn in the Prem, haven't you?
But those are anomalies, Ken Dog. Do you know what I'm saying? But this happens constantly in the Premier League from a certain period, like Spurs in the final against Liverpool. Is that like if Spurs beat Liverpool, were they really the best team in Europe? No.
No one's saying Liverpool
that. Won the Champions League. Were they the best team in Europe that year? I mean,
Spurs came second in the league to Leicester, didn't they? So
Arsenal did. Arsenal did, Ken Dog.
Well, that year.
Chris likes to say these things, about he always reverts back to Leicester.
Like, I'm just saying, and you know what, Ken Dog? Leicester made the quarterfinals of the Champions League. That's what I'm saying. That's how.
Like, they won the Prem, though, Chris. They won the Prem the year before.
I know, Ken Dog, but it should never.
Surely if Leicester can win the Premiership and Liverpool can win the Premiership again, how come Arsenal can't do it?
We won more Premier Leagues than you, Marv. If we're talking Premier Leagues,
you're talking along.
If we're talking Premier Leagues, we've won more than you. And if we want to get technical, from 1990 to 2005, nobody spent more money than Liverpool FC, and you had no trophies. You had no league title to show for it at the time. So
listen, I googled.
I'm just getting technical. Oh, here we go. Amarin's up. The future, Moncler. Is that Moncler suit, Ken Dog?
I bet Ken Dog's got bare Moncler in his wardrobe now. I bet he's got bare Moncler stuff, Moncler suits. You know what I mean? All the high-end stuff, not the stuff like the street stuff. You get me? Like them kids who wear it on the streets. Ken Dog's got the Moncler suit, Moncler cardigan,
upper echelon
Moncler trainers. You know what I mean? But anyway, Chris, don't try and change
humble,
it.
Marv, to be honest.
Huh?
Thanks,
I don't think quite humble this year, considering your league position.
I've seen better Liverpool teams, Tom. I've seen better Liverpool squads, and that's why I keep going back to Arsenal. And I posted it the other day. I don't know if you saw it. BBC pundits, beginning of the season, they all predicted who was going to win the title this season, and about 15 of them said Manchester City.
But so did you.
The rest said.
But so did
the
you.
rest said Arsenal. No, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. My prediction was Liverpool would finish top 4, maybe win a trophy. You know, maybe win the League Cup again. I was almost correct. We nearly won the League Cup. Obviously, we lost. But I didn't think Liverpool would win the title. No, not with the same squad. We've spent, I'm talking playing staff currently at the squad, playing staff currently at the team, is we bought that one Italian guy. We spent 12 million. It's the same team. It's the same squad. There's been no additions other than that one guy.
That's why you got away with murder this year, because Man City have never lost this many games. Listen, Man City have never lost this many games under Pep Guardiola, bro. Everyone collapsed. Arsenal had so many injuries. I know it's your fault. It's not your fault.
Pep obviously assessed his squad and thought, they're ready again.
Quality.
He even sold Alvarado.
They were ready. Their first 15 games, they were unbeaten. And people were talking about them.
Who? Man City this season?
This season. Before Rodri got injured, everyone was eating their arse, saying that they're about to break their unbeaten record. Arsenal's 49 because they were on 42 games or something ridiculous.
Wow. That is
but then
something.
Rodri got injured and they fell off the cliff.
Yeah, but you know what? As far as I'm concerned, a team like Man City should, even though Rodri got injured, they should
remember the Arsenal game. Don't
That's
remember Arsenal stay humble and all that rubbish, and everyone was going crazy. Man City had this, Man City had that. They were still unbeaten at that point.
Listen, I can't.
Hunger's gone.
Yeah, hunger's gone. Spurs beat them, and they didn't have an answer for Rodri, and that was it.
Yeah, but that's down to Pep. That's down to Pep, because they should have enough quality in that squad to be doing better. To be doing better.
So it feels a bit like it's easy for me to say this, languishing in the bottom half of the Premier League. It was a little bit like City can't be bothered anymore, and it takes a shine off this Premier League title. They just can't be arsed. They're just
don't say that, Tom.
It does a little bit, you know what I mean? It's like when you're racing with one of the fastest lads at school and he beats you 7 times.
Man.
That's
unfair, bro. That's unfair, because when you lot
cruise past and you've got the win, but you're like, oh, he didn't even try.
That's unfair, Tom.
Just values just.
When Man United beat Man City, he was going crazy, bro.
FA Cup final.
Last minute. No, this season. This season, when you beat them in the league, he was going crazy, bro. It was a big win for you.
Lovely to beat your rival, isn't it?
It's a derby, Marv. It's a derby, Marv.
Yeah, no, I'm not having that. I'm not having United. City couldn't be bothered. I'm not having that, man. City was out there looking like.
You feel a little bit like I've hit a nerve. I think I've hit a nerve.
I mean, that's kind of taking the gloss off our title parade.
That's what I mean.
Do you know what I mean? It's kind of I was going to wear white.
He said he didn't want to take the gloss off it, Marv, but he had to.
Man, I'm not having that. Liverpool being the most. It's all about consistency. And oh god, I only got 10% left. It's all about consistency.
No, I'm gonna shut this down anyway.
Yeah, can I finish saying what I'm saying? It's all about consistency. And this season, Liverpool being more consistent than any other team. We've turned defeats into draws. We've turned defeats. We've
turned thanks for coming, guys. It's been a really nice. Cut it there.
And so.
Cut it there. I'll do. He's waffling.
So you know what?
Waffling.
Hopefully we can seal the title today. I'll leave it there. Ipswich beat Arsenal, the Liverpool League champions today.
I hope there'll be a Premier League special episode.
Will you be there, Ken Dog? Will you be there? That's the $1 million question.
I'll 100% try and be there if I'm not doing something else.
Yeah, everybody dress up. Yeah, when Liverpool seal the title, can everybody?
Yeah, if Liverpool win the league, I'll wear a suit.
Yeah, tux and stuff. You can wear short anything bottom half. You can do what you want bottom half, but top half tux and all of that. Yeah, I'm gonna go for blue velvet. Yeah.
Let's do that. Blue velvet.
All right,
ladies and gents, have a good.
Yeah, man. Tom, good to see you, bro.
Good to see you guys.
Ken Dog, when's baby due?
9th of June.
Oh, you got time, so Kendall, man. See you, man.
I'll be here. I'm around, boys. I'm always
don't
trying
leave
to
it so long, Tom.
Love.
It so long.
Get it? Come on, Kendall.
I won't leave it so long. We'll do it again soon.
Yeah, big up Lee. Big up Lee.
Big up Lee doing the wrestling festival.
The Festival of Wrestlers or whatever it is.
He loves it, doesn't he? He loves it.
Love.
Peace.